One of the most startling things that can be said about communication effectiveness or impact, influence or persuasion is this statement. How you look and how you sound has more importance than the words you say. Most people really don't believe that. They will nod in assurance that that has plausibility, but practically speaking, people are into content a lot more than they're into compassion and character. The real issue is this: how do you move from art to science? Science plays a big role. It's 10% of the deal. But most people would flip that. They would say it's 90% of your communication effectiveness, the science, or what you say. I strongly disagree. However, having said that, science plays a vital role. And the reason it does is because science of communication can block a person from giving out the character, compassion, and content. If you don't have good organizational ability, for example, it imprisons you. You'll never be able to really share the fact of your heart in the issue, the heart in the message, because you're so involved in trying to give too many points, too many messages, too long, on and on it goes. So science plays a vital role. And there are three elements to the science of communication. Number one, organization. Two, language. And three, delivery. What does organization do? It gives you clarity. All leaders have to be strong in clarity. It's the most important part of leadership. If your message is muddled, because all communication desires mutual understanding, and if our message is muddled and it doesn't get across, our organizational ability goes out the window. You have to be organized in order to be clear. Secondly, you have to have proper language in order to have dynamic style, dynamic ability to put words together in a fluent way so that they paint pictures on the canvas of the listener's mind. And third, you must have a delivery that is compelling, both in your voice and in your body. But here's the secret. The master key that unlocks all of this is organization, which we're going to talk about next. It's very, very important. In fact, I would say essential for you to become, and for me to become, a good storyteller, to illustrate well, to put light next to the content. But what is normally overemphasized in every communication class, session, discussion I've ever had is the ability to deliver the message. And the problem there is you are normally forced into some kind of mold. This is the way you gesture. This is the way you look at people. This is the correct eye contact. This is the way you continually have dynamic in the area of projection, pronunciation, articulation, pace of your words. While significantly important, it can tend to stifle the personality of the individual. I believe very strongly that if we focus upon organizational skills and know how to organize a message to be clear, accurate, and relevant, and if you tell great stories that illustrate that content beautifully, the delivery will take care of itself. Don't sweat it. The first two are critical. Delivery allows you to be spontaneous, to be yourself, and that's the most attractive of everything else. So we're going to be talking about organization. The science, again, should become very old to you. O-L-D. Organization, language, and delivery. The art, ethos, pathos, and logos. Combining those six in the art and science of communication, you have the ability to move people to action with proper reflection. That's called persuasion. Moving people to action without proper reflection is called manipulation, and we will avoid that. Next on the horizon, though, is how do you organize a message, and that's the key that unlocks it all.